Hi everyone, it's Darren again. Just here to give you a bit of a sneak peek into a change that I've made to the studio. A few of you might have noticed this little panel that I'm just taking off the wall right there. And it's actually made out of little modular floor pieces that I got from Ikea. And I decided that I was going to cover this whole wall section. I took down the original old LED strip that I've had up there for what seems like 100 years, setting up my laser level here and measuring it all up so you can see that I'm actually putting the bits together upside down. They've got a plastic backing. They're 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters. Just making sure that my lines are nice and straight here and putting up the very first ones. Now, of course, they're hanging. I'm screwing the very top one and they're hanging down. I'm letting gravity do the work here. Once they're all on, I've screwed it all in, and this is actually the hardest part is just the start. And as you can see, I've got my supervisor in there as well, giving me the "Are you done yet?" This wall is quite cheap too. Now, the reason why I'm cladding the walls here, you might think I'm a bit crazy. Why are you putting flooring on the walls? The reason why I'm doing this is for a couple of reasons. One, aesthetically, it's going to take away the white wall. And I have painted the back wall. For the Sing It Live videos, you've noticed that the back wall is no longer white and it is that sort of dark grey colour. And that has given me an opportunity to light the room a little differently, and the people in the videos tend to be more in focus now than the room. So the light is dissipated more onto the people, which I find it makes for a much clearer video. You guys are focusing on the people a little bit more, and the light isn't bouncing off the walls and sort of going crazy. So it looks better, and of course, it also sounds better because these they're not all the same direction. The 4 different directions allow the sound to sort of pop in those little gaps, and instead of coming off like a flat wall, it would come off and directly go to the other wall and cause a bit of an echo. This acts as what we call a diffuser, an acoustic diffuser. So when sound hits it, it sort of diffuses off in different directions, and that is what helps the room sound. Well, it takes away the echoes in the room. My studio has a tiled floor, and I have got some rubber matting and a nice big rug in there to get rid of that reflection from the roof to that tile floor. It would be unusable if I kept that those tile floors bare. So the rug does tie the room together and does a great job of soaking up the sound, stopping those reflections. I've put on a bit of TV here so I can just watch a bit of Netflix while I'm going, because obviously this is taking a while. Cheers, this is really taking a while. You notice I'm putting a lot of screws in this. Now, normally this stuff goes down very easy on the floor. You don't have to put screws in it like I am. But, of course, it's hanging from the wall. I'm putting a little piece of foam behind right in the center so that it will poke out just a little bit. And then I'm screwing every single square so that it doesn't rattle. That's the trouble with this stuff, is it will rattle if you don't screw it in correctly. So, unfortunately, my wall will have a ton of screw holes in it if I remove this, or when I remove it. But I figured that would be better than having great big tear marks and rip marks from the putting up some sort of cladding and gluing it on. So little holes in my gyprock are fine. I can always just flush them over and repaint it. I'm getting up towards the end here, tearing off and cutting off this last bit. Everyone's gone upstairs and says that's it. We're going out on the deck for a glass of wine. Where are you? It's starting to look good now. So this whole wall cost me about $400. Is a very cheap option, extremely fiddly, and I've done both walls now, so you'll notice in the videos. But you can see that the difference in the way that light bounces off this wall is crazy. I think it looks pretty cool. I don't think it's dated. It doesn't really give me that 70s dated vibe. Because it's, well, it's like a dance floor on the wall, if you ask me. It's got that sort of vibe. Do you remember dance floors? Yes. I'm raving on now, aren't I? So, okay. One wall, done. I'm banging in the last few screws, thinking about the wine, thinking about not cutting corners. Wow, this is really interesting. I think I was actually watching Blacklist. Gotta love that. On my last few Blacklist episodes. Putting up my panels here, I found that screwing into these and then into the wall was very easy, and they actually held really quite well. So putting the panels back up was essential, and they look great up against that brown backing. Fantastic. I'm very, very pleased with this, and a cheap option too. $400 for one wall. Just the last little bit, I had to put in a little bit of a rubber seal on the top just for aesthetics, so it didn't look crap. And I think that's done quite a good job. Here's me with a vacuum cleaner now, cleaning up all the dust. Can't have the studio full of dust. And all this time, the air conditioner has been cranking to suck out all of the dust out of this room as well. Gee, I'm a hard worker. This is like, put the keyboard back, and it's the end. Hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoy the new look. Thanks for watching. Bye now.